cold December morning just before the Christmas break, and I find myself in Reservoir Group's warehouse in the Aberdeenshire countryside again. We were here 6 months ago. I talked to Steve Reid, Coring Manager Europe at the time as well. He's again joining me today. At the time, we talked about the basic building blocks of a coring assembly. Today, we've got quite a long core barrel laid out for us. And this is really to kind of illustrate the question, or go into the question, what is the standard length of a core barrel? Because that is something that we discuss quite a lot amongst professionals. And Steve, you probably know what a standard length of a core barrel is.
I'll try my best to answer that. So in terms of a standard barrel length, typically we're looking at around 30 meters. Here we have laid out 24 meters, which you can see in the workshop here.
Yes.
But also to mention that the barrel length we run is largely determined by the formation we're going to cut, the well path, well trajectory, hole size. So we have to take into account all of these factors when selecting the barrel length. Of course, in discussion with the customer.
Obviously, but I think you've got your standard length is 6 meters, and you can multiply that as much as required, isn't it?
Correct, yes. So here it's 4 sections of 6 meters to make up our 24 meter barrel length.
Yeah.
And any length of which multiple of 6 we can do and cut the core.
Let's talk a bit about the diameter of the coring bit and how long the core barrel can be, Steve. Because I think there is a bit of a relationship between the two.
Yes, so here we've got laid out is our smallest assembly. So this is for 6-inch hole, and it'll cut a 2 9/16 of an inch diameter core, which is quite small.
So that's about this diameter?
Yeah, roughly, yes.
Okay.
Which of course, the fact that it is smaller makes it more fragile, and that can impact on the length of barrel that you want to run.
Yeah.
An 8.5-inch hole, so if our core head was 8.5-inch diameter, we would cut 4-inch core. And of course, that core is a bit more robust, yeah, and enables you to cut a longer core.
So what kind of length maximum are you looking at in this case then in the normal
Well,
conditions?
we did recently do a 54-meter run in 6-inch hole.
Oh.
In one go offshore. So it is possible to
Yeah.
cut a longer core. So there is no real maximum. It comes down to the formation we're cutting and the well conditions at the time.
Yeah.
But I would say, generally speaking, with 30 meters, with 6-inch hole, you're going to be around 30 meters. With 8.5 and 12.25, maybe 54 meters plus.
Right. We are looking at core liners here. So this is the 2 9/16 liner we just talked about before, and it goes into this assembly here. It has a shiny look. And Steve, this is a 4-inch liner, but
Yes.
it's only half. So why is that? And why is the look different?
Well, I'll answer the look bit first. So this liner has our on-ice coating applied to it, whereas this one does not. So this reduces the friction between the core and the aluminium as we're coring.
Yeah.
With the idea being, less friction means we can cut a longer core in one run, so maybe turning our 24-meter barrel into a 54-meter barrel, for example.
Right.
Then for the split, so that allows basically once we get the core to the processing area, in this case, your well site geologist and your team on the rig would only see the end face of the core. Here we can remove the top of the half moon, and they can see the full 6 meters of core in one go.
Which is quite nice, I suppose, especially if you're offshore, I suppose, where it takes a long time before this core ends up in a lab.
Absolutely. I mean, typically, you know, if you're offshore UK, offshore Norway, it's 1 day to get to the lab, so
Yeah.
they can keep it closed and send it to the lab. But if you're remote, say offshore Namibia, where the transit time from cutting the core to being in the lab can be 6 weeks or longer, if on the rig you can see the full length of core, take photographs, take chip samples, I mean, that's valuable information you can have ahead of further plans in the area.
Straight away, and to see if there's nice oil staining, for instance.
Absolutely. Fingers crossed.
Yes.